What's up, guys, and welcome back to my That Sowdev podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Today, we are going to discuss something very near and dear to me. But first of all, if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at That's Sowdev. Simple, straight, to the point. Okay, so I'm dedicating this podcast to Miss Hannah Montana. I have to, as today is the 15th year anniversary. Insane. I'm old as hell. Y'all, 15 years ago, I remember coming home from soccer practices to just watch a new episode. I was waiting for those new episodes every time it came on. Because Disney like to switch up their schedule. Sometimes it's every week, sometimes it's like every 3 weeks. Who knows? Anyway, I really looked forward to the show. Hannah Montana is probably literally a number one show for me. I can recite this show front to back. Absolutely. We call that talent. I don't know about you. Anyway, so first of all, it's just a little bit iconic. It's iconic, I fear. It's absolutely iconic. Hannah Montana is, first of all, the first TV soundtrack to go number one. Let's absolutely talk about that. And how old was she? I'm trying to think. Let's see. I think she was 13, if I'm not mistaken, when that album came out. At the time, was the youngest person to have a number one album. Let's see. Because if you don't, go ahead and follow Out of Context Hannah Montana on Twitter and Instagram, because it's the best thing ever. Anyway, so mind you, the Hannah Montana, the first soundtrack, 3,760,000. That is how much it has sold in the US. Debuted number one, 286,000 copies, making Miley the youngest female artist to have a number one album at the age of 13. It's 3 times platinum, 113 weeks on the chart, had 8 entries on the Hot 100. If We Were a Movie at number 47, I Got Nerve, number 67, Pumping Up the Party, number 81, Who Said, number 83, The Other Side of Me, number 84, This Is the Life, number 89, Just Like You, number 99. There's another one at 92, but I don't know, it's abbreviated. I can't really remember what that is. What is that? I have no idea, but iconic anyway. First of all, the second album also debuted at number one. Soundtrack, same difference. The movie debuted at number one. Well, it peaked at number one. The third soundtrack debuted at number 2. The fourth soundtrack debuted at number 2. Every album has hit number 1 or number 2. Every soundtrack, same difference here. Unreal. Hannah Montana is iconic. Aside from Miley having her own iconic career on the side of having Hannah Montana as well. She ran Disney for a while. She really did. Imagine having to carry a whole network on your back as a teenager. If I'm not mistaken, as she was preparing for the Best of Both Worlds tour, she was also filming the TV show while doing tour rehearsals. Crazy to me. Because she was also filming the movie while she was filming the TV show. Crazy. Even down to the very last second, the Hannah Montana Forever album, Can't Be Tamed, recorded around the same time. So, that girl was worked. That's why when you hear songs like Robot from Can't Be Tamed, or even Can't Be Tamed itself. And then you hear the Hannah Montana soundtrack where she's doing what? Are You Ready? Or Still Good? The range, though. Let's talk about it. And then she obviously has, Miss Ashley O. I mean, it's pretty iconic, I fear. But Hannah Montana is specifically something that I know it was huge, but I don't think people even give it necessarily the credit that it actually had deserved. To be completely honest. But hey, look where it got her. She lived her dreams as a teenager. Granted, locked up in Disney, being told what to do. Disney is shaping you now. That's how that works. So obviously, when she wants to get out, she wants to be free from it. She needed time to distance herself from it. And then to, I guess, regrow that appreciation for it. Hence her saying Hannah Montana was dead. And then now, she has a whole count now. Verified. On Twitter and Instagram. Crazy. It's called growth. And sometimes people have to let it happen. But I'm not going to make this one super, super long. Because my personal love for Hannah Montana. So, my mom's an author, She has managers who have, producers who have connects and whatnot. So, when I was in high school, my mom actually got Miley Cyrus on the phone. I'm not even joking. We can verify. Miley Cyrus was on the phone, and I didn't believe it, so I wouldn't take the phone because I did not want to be pranked. And she was literally on the phone, and I didn't pick up the phone. Unreal. Drag me. What is this? I have never been able to live that down. I'm so disappointed in myself. Anyway, so I actually got a cardboard cutout for my birthday. Yep. A Hannah Montana cardboard cutout. It was the best thing ever. I kid you not. It was the best thing ever. The impact, though. Come on. I had the poster with the Miley and the Hannah, split down in the middle. And then I had the little cardboard cutout. It was great, iconic, me tinks. But that's like, Hannah Montana was just, for lack of better words, impactful. As I've said a billion times already. Like, even till this day, people are singing your songs. The nostalgia. For some people who aren't agreeing right now, this ain't directed towards you. So, but you chose to click. That's on you. It's pretty iconic to me. Hold on, I want to count. Again, not that it matters. Okay, we get it. Stans keep up with charts because it's fun. Some make it too serious. It's not do or die for your career, but to keep up with, it's kind of fun. Let's be real. So let's see. Hannah Montana soundtrack. The first one debuted number one. Second one, number one. Movie. So that's 3 number one albums. 1, 2. So that's 5 top 2 albums, 3 of them being number 1, which is absolutely insane. And then she has her own number 1 albums. I believe Breakout went number 1. Obviously Bangers went number 1. Can't Be Tamed didn't go number 1. That much I do know. Unfortunately, what a crime. It Can't Be Tamed has not aged. It's literally still applying. It applies to this day. But let's be real. We all knew Miley Cyrus was going to be a rock star. Besides the fact that, rock stars, It's her most iconic song is Hannah Montana. Let's be real. Let's talk about it. We know a rock star is that girl. Hello, we knew she was going to be a rock star when she was singing I Love Rock and Roll on a flying motorcycle. Like, obviously, if you haven't been to her tours, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So that's directed at a stan. So it's just, to this date, Miley Cyrus has credited to her name, Hannah Montana's credit to her name, at least 5 number 1 albums. That's insane. But if you think about the Hannah Montana franchise alone, it has 3 number 1 albums, of which the very first one was the first soundtrack album, TV soundtrack album, to go number 1. People not paying attention to that enough. Not for me, anyway. That's that. I'll keep talking about it because I'll never get over it. Let's see. I did a little binge last night. I wanted to refresh myself on Hannah Montana. You know, after the 2 days of me not watching it. So, it's actually really funny. Let's talk Jackson and Rico. Okay, Oliver too, obviously. But they were a whole new level. Like, they made the show really funny. Obviously, it was about Miley, and Lily was right there along. But for the super comedy, the men was T there. T. Rico pretty much defined on Disney Channel what is the standard of, bad kid. Let's be real. It was the blueprint for a lot of people after that. Hello? Good Luck Charlie? Come on. The influence was there, let's be real. Rico was that dude. But yeah, I find the show to be, even to this date, very quality. Obviously, I own pretty much every DVD that exists. Just about. Because for some reason, the US only has season 1 on DVD and the final season on DVD, but other countries have the second and the third. What's up with that? I would buy the complete series, to be honest. If they had it, why wouldn't you make that? Doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, I have Disney Plus, so it's whatever now. But I'm just saying, for like collection wise, because let me tell you, I have a lot of Hannah Montana stuff. I have the Xbox 360 game, iconic. I had the DS game, iconic. I have a lot of DVDs because obviously, like, I got the first season on DVD, which obviously didn't come out immediately. So I got all the little DVDs that had a few episodes on it, maybe like a bonus episode. Those little collections that they used to do, like for stands, like the Keeping It Real one and the Miley Says Goodbye. Like, I have a whole bunch of those. I have basically all of them. And then I have the final season now, which I've had for years now. It's pretty iconic. So over these past couple of years, I have collected a lot of Hannah Montana stuff that seem almost ancient now. Because obviously we can just stream it. But like, the fact that I just have it, unreal. Hannah Montana's impact, like we keep coming back to. It was crazy to me. Because there are so many girls who are in love with it. And keep in mind, I'm saying girls. It means everyone. Girls means everyone right now. That is the context I am using it in. That is the context I use it in 24/7. Get on with it. Okay? Anyway, the girls are very obsessed with it. There was this Twitter post. I don't remember what that name was. But they were like, drop your Hannah Montana, products if you have them. There was so many stuff. Like, because I remember Lady Gaga had the Hannah Montana lip gloss. That was a thing. She went to CVS, and obviously there was a whole Hannah Montana section, which there always was, really. So she got some lip gloss. Lady Gaga. How iconic is that? But anyway, there were so many. I really saw a Hannah Montana like cigarette cover today. I was absolutely done. Like a little cover to go over your cigarette box. I do not condone smoking cigarettes, period. But that was pretty funny. That's just some tea. So I wonder, I'm curious though. I wonder how many viewers Hannah Montana season 1 got. That's what I want to know. Because I think about High School Musical, well, the second one anyway, it got double digits. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it was 17 million. Obviously, people knew Miley Cyrus was going to appear in it. Just throwing that out there as well. Let's see. Google's not moving fast enough for me. 6.2 million total viewers. Oh, no, wait. Oh, that was the series finale. Oh, okay, snap. Hold on. That's nice. I mean, it's nice to know you go out that way. Oh, wow. 5.4 million viewers for the first season. So they ended with more viewers than they started with. It's pretty iconic to me. What is the second season? I'm curious. Okay, so the second season was 3.5 million. Crazy. Wait, I don't think that's right. I'm not looking for overall viewers. First episode. Anyway, that's all we really need to know. It ended with more viewers than they started with. Iconic. Went for 4 seasons, which I'm mad as hell. Half the episodes, and then a lot of the episodes was 1 hour specials. I was so mad. I personally like the direction that they went in for the final season. I personally did. A lot of people didn't. They obviously had to make up for Oliver not being there. I was thinking about a lot, obviously, because I think the 4th season actually, because it's so mature, I like it so much more than the others, while the other ones probably were written, I guess, better. Maybe not written better, but just overall, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain that. I just know that the final season really is my favorite. Like, I don't know if it's just the freshness of it, because, we spent 3 seasons in the same setting. So I really can't decide on that one. But period, last season's my favorite. Like I'm saying the 3rd time in a row. Okay? Because a lot of y'all like to drag the last season. I don't appreciate it. Okay? She gave us Ordinary Girl. I'm gonna get this. Okay? I will pull up. No, but just I think that as the series pretty much progressed, I think each season got better. That's how I saw it. I think the music got better as it progressed. Obviously, the last soundtrack sold less because it started in a physical era. And then it went into now starting to be kind of streaming and digital era. Still debuted number 2. Let's not play. But it sold the less. That's what we're focused on. Sales. Because, once again, charting's not really all of that. But fun to keep up with. Relax. It's not that serious. But it's nice to see that, Miley Cyrus has all of that under her belt, and that she has come full circle to where she can now appreciate it and dive back into the character. Her willingness now to even do something like start a Hannah Montana Twitter that's verified. It was crazy to me. I wasn't expecting that. I haven't sipped my wine in a minute. Hold on. But it's nice to see, you know, a big full circle moment. I've been hoping this entire day for a little performance. I was hoping we were gonna get like, a little backyard sessions performance of Hannah Montana, which would have been really nice, actually. But I don't know if she has to get rights for that and all that stuff. Like, who knows? But this Twitter was kind of nice, so I'll enjoy it for now. Maybe they'll, she might drop a little more later. Who knows? I'm staying hopeful. That's going to be that. But I'm going to begin to wrap this podcast up because I'm just babbling on about Hannah Montana. I love Hannah Montana. I'm literally streaming the music right now. Listen. Hey, hey, hey. Come on. Hey. Makes message. Anyway, I am always streaming Hannah Montana. My entire library obviously is on shuffle majority of the day while I'm working. So Hannah Montana's coming up. And oddly enough, this is really off track, but it's really annoying how, I don't know, like shuffle will play one artist and then maybe like 2 songs later, they'll play that artist again. It's like, I want it shuffle so I can hear a different variety, and it doesn't really give me a different variety. And sometimes it still has the songs in a row. I'm like, really? Anyway, over that. But once again, I remember the feeling of rushing home to watch these episodes. What nostalgia I feel just thinking about that. And now it's crazy that even 15 years later, people are still resonating with Hannah Montana. Because in a way, even with Miley now, you can see that in the letter that she wrote today. Hannah Montana was her. Facts. Although it wasn't alter ego, she was Hannah Montana. And I think that's what made Hannah Montana so real, is that Hannah Montana was an actual person. And even till today, we can appreciate it. That's why when we see Ashley O, it's kind of like, love that. So, anyway, y'all, continue to watch Hannah Montana. Continue to go off to her music. Because, trust me, I will. Hey, touch up. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah! Okay, y'all. That is absolutely it. I'm going to save it to when I stop recording. I'm going to go off to some music that is self-care. Go put on a face mask. Go drink some water. Go lay down, relax, put on your favorite movie. Make sure you follow and subscribe to these notifications of the Twitter at 5Men Self-Care. 5MIN Self-Care. Everybody could use a lot of self-care. So couldn't hurt. Get some random, reminders to do some self-care. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. What's the hurt of the reminder? T. All right, y'all. I'm peacing out and live the good life.